Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about 4 different ways to estimate a project activity. Now this will be part of planning in the schedule management of a project. So let's get started. The first way to estimate a project is by analogous estimation, which means historical data of a similar project. So all what you will do is that you will refer to a similar project, similar activity on which you worked previously, take that records and then present it as an estimate for your future project. But hold on, do you think in the rapidly changing world it is okay to use a previous project data for a future project? It might not always be accurate. So let's look at the second way of estimating a project, and that is by parametric estimation. Now this has got more to do with calculations and statistics. So let's take an example. Let's say that there is a project of bridge construction of 1000 meters. Now you are working on your estimation. So you note that if you have one laborer who is working for 1 hour a day, he can complete 1 meter of construction. Likewise, if you have 10 laborers who are working for 10 hours a day, you can complete 100 meters of that bridge construction. Now, if you have 10 laborers who are working for 10 hours a day, for 10 days, they can complete a project of 1000 meters of bridge construction. So you got your answer, and that is 10 days. That is the estimate. That is 10 days you can complete the project if you have got 10 laborers who are working for 10 hours a day. This is the second way, that is parametric estimation. Now the third way to estimate a project is by 3-point estimation. So let's say that you have project of dam construction, right? And if someone asks you how much of time would you take on this project, so you would tell that most likely I will take 12 months to complete this project. Second point, how much time would you take in a best case scenario? Let's say all the government approvals, all the budget, everything is in place. How much time would you take? Then you would think and tell that, okay, in a best case scenario, I would take around 8 months to complete this project. And then the third factor, how much time would it take in a worst case scenario if the government approvals are delayed, if the budget is not in place? So then you'll think of that and tell that I would take around 15 months to complete this project. Now the third way of estimating, that is 3-point estimation, what you need to do is to add the most likely case, the optimistic case, the pessimistic case, and then divide it by 3 to get an average. Which means in this example, you will add 12, which is the most likely, plus 8, which is the best case scenario, plus 15, which is the worst case scenario, and divide it by 3. So if we work on this calculation of this example, you will get an answer of around 11 months. So you can say that in an average of 11 months, I can complete this project, and this was the 3-point estimation of a project. Now the fourth way to estimate a project activity is by bottom-up estimating, which is a very important and a best way, we can say, to estimate a project. In this, what we will do is that we will break the project into different phases, different activities, and see how much of time would each activity take. So this is known as work breakdown structure. So let's take an example. Let's say that you have an IT project to build a software, an app for the services that your company is providing. So you are planning to make an app. Now this project, you'll divide it into different phases. So you might have a phase of designing, you might have a phase of building up prototypes or something like that. You might have a phase of testing it, a phase of launching it. So in different phases, there are different activities. So what you need to do is to note each activity, how much of time it is taking. And then when you add up the sum of all the activities, when you take an aggregate, that is when you come up with an estimate of how much of time would this project take in complete, and how much of time is each activity taking. So this is, I think, the best way to take an estimate of a project, is to break it down into different phases which has different activities in it, take the sum of it, and then you get an estimate of how much of time would the project take. I hope all these points were clear to you. If you have got any doubts, write to me in the comments below. Let us discuss and have a better understanding of how to estimate a project. Thank you for watching my video. I'll see you soon with another video. Take care of yourselves.